I need to go back and watch my own videos because I thought I did a service on the brake calipers on the front of the V65 Magna. But I decided to do the ultra cleaning and go around and clean up the rotors, and then I decided to pull the pads and clean them up. And there's no way I cleaned these up. They're like disgusting and dirty, and I haven't ridden it that much. So I think maybe what I did, like I said, I have to go back and watch my videos. Maybe I put new fluid from the master through down into the calipers. Even that doesn't look that, looks like I serviced it. I don't know. That looks terrible. So I don't know what I did, if anything. So I'll have to check that out. But I'm going to do a quick service here because I was going to see if these are glazed at all. But now that they're out and I'm seeing this, there's no way. It slides gross. No way I cleaned this. These aren't, well, I know I didn't replace parts. These are awful. So we need to do a service on this anyway. But for now, let's see if this slides. Not great. For now, I'm gonna spray some brake fluid over it, brake cleaner, and clean up these cylinders, try and push them back in, see if that helps, and clean up these pads just so that they aren't glazed or anything. And I'll spray this caliper down, do a quick service on them. 100% did not clean these. That is not my work. That is disgusting. And there's like a little nest in the corner. Yeah, this was not serviced. Now I feel like a fool. All that brake dust came off of these two pads. Oh boy, they're gonna work better now. I was wondering why this front end really didn't work that great, but I did a full service on the rear caliper. Apparently never the front. Doing a light cleaning around the outside of these, so when I push them back in, they're not disgustingly ripping up my seals. And I'm gonna turn them with the caliper removal tool, piston removal tool. 27 looks like the first time we used a 27 millimeter. All right, there you go. I was able to turn it real freely, clean up both ends, so now I can push it back in as I turn it, and we'll move on to the next one. It's still easier to compress them with a C-clamp, and that's what I'm going to do now that they're bright and shiny. And then I got to get that spring out and clean that up. Alright, I like to use a piece of wood. You can use a piece of metal. You can use a brake pad, I don't care. Ew, what's that? But I put that in on the piston, and then put a towel on this side. I don't think I scratched it, at least not new scratches. And then I just turn the C-clamp, push those pistons back in. If they don't push in easily, you probably have bigger problems, and you should be taking them out and cleaning them. I do remember we did sight glass windows on both sides of the clutch and the brake. So I believe that's when we put new fluid in here. So yeah, maybe we didn't service this, but we did do new fluid. So we're probably good. As long as these are sliding good, we're probably going to be fine after this. So this spring needs cleaned up. I couldn't get this out without the pistons being out of the way. So I'll pop this guy out, clean it up, and then we should be almost ready to go back in. I took brake cleaner over the rotor, so that's clean. I threw some more brake cleaner in there, so that's clean. Spring is clean. That was steel wool, so that's ready to be popped back in there. That actually, see that little notch there? That little notch sticks in there, and then it slides in just that easy. Can I do it with one hand? There you go. In there, and then that slides down in there. Good to go. And all that came off the brake pads with brake cleaner. Cleaned up the bolt and slide. The slide bolts, they're probably called. And then our pins right here. Clean those with brake cleaner. We're gonna put a little bit of grease. I gotta get grease. And we're gonna put it back together. She should be great to go on the left. Then we got to repeat everything on the right side. This is all after I took 100 grit sandpaper all over both front and rear of the rotor on the left side and the right side, so they're both done. A lot of black stuff was coming off, so these, man, I'm excited to feel how they function now. I've been putting silicone lubricant on the springs I always end up putting way too much. But how can you have too much lubricant, right? So it'd be nice to just keep it up like that so they can hang out. I know, it's way too much. And then use my white lithium grease. Nobody's told me not to use this stuff, so I guess I'm doing it right. Put a little bit on the pins, and my pads are clean, so I'll throw them back in. Anything I need to put on? Nope. Pins and pads all at once. And then we have, oh, this just looks nasty. This keeps the pins in place, so it's a retention clamp. And then I have a 10mm bolt that holds that in place. So let's reassemble. All right, so I got the 12 back in. I put white lithium grease on the end here. I wish that slid, but for now, at least the bolt will slide. And then I got grease on the end of this. I'm gonna try and get it through the boot without losing all my grease, but that just slides in here, and make sure you line that up carefully. She goes through. There she goes. And then you can tighten that down with 14, tighten that down with 12, and we're back installed. Other side I'm not going to record because I'm going to see if I can time myself and see how fast I can do it. Oh, I don't have room. I got to move the bike. Right now you can hear that's coming from this caliper. I don't think this one's making any noise, hopefully. All right, here we go. I got my tools, hopefully all in the right places. Let's see if we can get this done fast. What the heck? I don't have a retaining clip for the pins. What? Oh boy, this isn't starting out great. One quick little thing to show you. I actually turned this out a little bit to get more dirt cleaned up on this piston. It was a little tighter than the other side, and I just wanted to see if there was dirt hanging up on the inside, and there was, so I cleaned it all up. So now it's ready to be compressed. Let's do the other one. You see, all that dirt was hidden in there. It's not gonna help your brakes. Well, it took me about 17 minutes. I did stop a few times, and now I need to go find a clip. I gotta steal it off another bike because we can't have these pins moving freely now, and they're gonna slide right out. And then my brake pads are gonna lose it, and I'm gonna be wrecking. So yeah, other than that, she cleaned up pretty good. The seals on this are not great. They should be replaced. And everything looks pretty good now that it's clean. She'll probably be stopping on a dime. And yeah, so about 20 minutes. I could have done it faster, but I wanted to take my time and make sure it was done right. So just cleaning up your brake calipers without a full breakdown and rebuild. Yeah, 20 minutes. If you know what you're doing. If you just did the other side, you definitely do it easier. Other than that, I guess we're done. I'm gonna lift this up and shouldn't have any scraping. Well, first I stole this off of a rear Magna, V65 Magna, and it's just a little bit differently designed. And then I was like, well, I have the other 84 Sabre, I'll go grab that. So this is the one that matches the one on that side. Can't really see it. There you go, there it is. So I just stole it off of there so I don't take parts from another bike I'm gonna restore, even though I'm gonna restore that one too, but we'll find it in the end. So this is our retaining clip for the pins that hold the pins in place. Did I say that? Yeah, this is the retaining clip. So the other one works. I already did install it, but we're just gonna use the right one. So she's ready to go, and unfortunately, you can still hear her doing that. Oh well. It's all in a good day's work. See you guys.